Well, ODST decided I needed a little bit of therapy, apparently. He recommended How Did the Tau React to the Horrors of Warhammer 40k by Majorkill. I know most of the stories that Majorkill is going to talk about, and they continue to get better because, oh my god, do they screw up mightily. But at the same time, unfortunately for everyone else involved, they are learning from their mistakes. We should get around to taking care of that soon. In any case, let's listen to some Majorkill. Here we go. And I need to press buttons. Boom!
Well, over time, I've developed a bit of a soft spot for the Tau. Their naivety to the horrors of 40k is always really cute to read about, as is
I don't think I like Majorkill anymore.
their reaction when they discover the truth about something horrifying, like how demons aren't just weird Xenos or that Titans aren't just propaganda. This is gonna cop me some flack, but the Tau Empire is by far the closest thing to a realistic sci-fi future for us as real-life humans. They use drones, efficient and advanced machinery, and they want to work with other alien races. I'll take that a step further. The current Tau Empire is what humanity went through before we achieved our god-tier status during the Dark Age of technology. It was only after 5,000 years of a complete living hell did we become these jaded fascist assholes. The point I'm trying to make is that the way that the Tau react to all this horrifying stuff is similar to how we would react if we were in their shoes. Before we get started, I'm not really one to promote mobile games, but while I was traveling around Europe and obviously didn't
I disagree with him that 40k is fascist. I completely disagree with him in that sense. I also kind of sort of agree with him in the sense that the Tau are currently behaving as humanity probably behaved. And by probably, I mean almost assuredly they behaved in some sort of the manner that the Tau have. They do have a lot of drawbacks, but the same can be said of humanity. It took a very, very brutal period of time for humanity to become what it is now. But, in any case, continuing on.
didn't have a PC, I got back into them. That, combined with the fact that I'm a bit of a slut for Warhammer, if you didn't notice, makes me more than comfortable to partner up with Warhammer Chaos and Conquest for today's video. Set in the dead, but still alive setting of Warhammer Fantasy, Chaos and Conquest will see you take control of a Chaos Warband in a strategy MMO format. You'll need to grow your forces, recruit demons and spicy mortal champions, whilst you grow your fortress and wreck other peoples. You'll also be able to direct your armies to kill dwarves, orcs, humans, and even your annoying neighbor that keeps complaining about how you don't collect your Amazon packages from the lobby within 10 minutes. She's so annoying. It's rare to play a Warhammer game where we get to exclusively play as Chaos, so that's a pretty fresh experience right there. So if you're looking for a new game to play on your way to work, like being a filthy heretic, and want a warband to help kill your annoying neighbor, then download Warhammer Chaos and Conquest for free. Here's the QR code, or just use my link in the description below. Cheers to Warhammer Chaos and Conquest for sponsoring this video. Today we'll go over how
by the way, I'm going to be putting the links for his promotion down in the description below. If this is something that would interest you on a mobile game, go for it. Use this promo code. Get yourself some benefits to it, okay?
How the Tau reacted to the various horrors of 40k, stuff like the warp, demons, super weapons, evil Xenos. As the Tau like to see the best in everyone, most of these first encounters ended in complete tragedy for the Tau, who weren't prepared for how much everyone actually sucked.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
I disagree with him on the Tau as a general principle. The Tau are looking to get the best for themselves. But okay.
First up, why are the Tau so cutesy and naive? Or at least
ODST, why did you do this to me? I have to listen to Majorkill talk this way about the Tau. This is actually quite disturbing.
were until they learnt the hard way about 40k.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, their growth from stick-banging cavemen to hyper-advanced sci-fi boys was extremely rapid and pretty clean. They were so united as a race that they hadn't experienced civil war, the horrors of nuclear holocaust, or environmental collapse. They had more or less been living in a utopia for thousands of years, with very little going wrong. The first alien races
As long as you obeyed the ethereals and obeyed the one-party rule, yes, everything was absolutely peachy. If you didn't, though,
they encountered were friendly and more than happy to cooperate. The The ones that weren't were quickly and easily beaten into submission. Even the Kroot, a race of hardcore carnivores that devour the corpses of their enemies to further their own evolution, were happy to join the Tau Empire. So they've risen to the top of their own bubble. Everything has gone well.
Kinda, sorta.
Aliens seem to be pretty chill, other than the orcs. Then they encountered the Imperium of Man. To their credit, they didn't shit the bed and roll over, actually putting up a great fight during the Damocles Crusade, which was the first conflict between the Imperium and the Tau. But there were some gold moments, as they learnt pretty quick that the galaxy was just not their oyster. When they first encountered the Imperium, they thought they would easily be able to induct them into their philosophy of the greater good.
Which hilarious.
Basically means work towards collective success, even if it means personal sacrifice. Then if that failed, they thought they'd be easily able to conquer the Imperium through military might if needed. They quickly learnt the error of their ways, as a reasonably small yet strong Imperial fleet cracked their outer defences and gave them the greatest struggle they had ever experienced. During this Damocles Crusade, they were shocked to discover that a Space Marine dreadnought they felled was older than their entire civilization. They also discovered that Titans weren't just propaganda. They knew of the concept of Titans, but thought that no modern civilization would be stupid enough to invest into the resources for one. Well, they were pretty fucking wrong, as a Titan went brrr and tore them a new sphincter. Another cute moment was when the Tau killed a Space Marine chapter master. They believed they had killed the king of the Imperium, the Emperor himself. As such, they celebrated total victory over the Imperium, thinking that the power vacuum would consume mankind from within, taking them years to recover from. Yeah, that feeling of victory didn't last long, as the Imperium took the death of a chapter master in their stride and redoubled their efforts, setting the Tau world's atmosphere on fire, killing the leader of the Tau Empire before crushing the third sphere of expansion. Needless to say, many a blue boy's balls were crushed. Not all Tau reactions to the Imperium took place on the battlefield. There has been a lot of cooperation between the two factions, giving us some comical moments.
Technically,
Commissar
yes.
Caiaphas Kane, hero of the Imperium, is kind of friends with the Tau, and he shares a lot of moments with them. A funny one for me was when he and a Tau watercast member were walking past a servitor, and the diplomat started breathing really funny for a bit. Kane doesn't really know why, as he is so used to how fucked up the Imperium is, but for the Tau, seeing a cyborg lobotomized zombie slave was absolutely traumatizing. He would have been thinking, Guella, what the fuck? In a similar story, a Tau scientist started trying to contain his own mental breakdown when some Imperial Magosses were nonchalantly telling him about how they infect prisoners with gene stealer DNA and then force them to have sex with each other to study gene stealers. So many things the Imperium brushes off as a part of life horrifies the ever-living shit out of the Tau, and for good reason. I would be fucking mortified as well if I saw that kind of stuff happening in front of me. The Tau are very, very open to diplomacy. Too open. After all, their watercast, a pillar of their civilization, is dedicated purely to engaging in diplomacy. However, they have two Xenos which they have blacklisted as total fucking arseholes that they can never engage with. The Orcs and the Tyranids. The Tau have been fighting the Orcs for thousands of years. It's why their military and armies were so advanced when they finally first engaged the Imperium. However, they did try to make friends with the Orcs at the start. There's a funny scene where a Tau watercast member approaches some Orcs and he starts speaking Orcish to them. He had been training his whole life for this moment, and he genuinely believed that he would be the one to achieve diplomacy with them. The Orcs look at the Tau diplomat, start laughing their asses off before massacring the diplomat's bodyguards. Yeah, look, points for trying. For other Xenos, their attempts at diplomacy were met with mixed results. The Dark Elder and the Tau once teamed up against the Tyranids, and in return,
this was terrible.
The Dark Elder requested a large number of Tau from each caste to go with them. The Tau believed it was some kind of cultural exchange, so they agreed. When the two
almost all the way, because the Dark Eldar wanted 77 of each caste and 7 ethereals, and they did not send the ethereals.
Races fought against the Tyranids together. The Tau noticed that the large blue hulking abominations that the Dark Elder uses weapons look suspiciously like a whole bunch of tortured Tau blended together. The Tau were like, bruh, are you fucking serious? And they tried to attack the Dark Elder. The Dark Elder simply avoided their fleet and appeared on one of their undefended worlds, murdering, raping, and kidnapping its entire population. In a similar vein, the Tau and the Necrons' first meeting didn't go much better. The Necrons save a Tau world from a Tyranid invasion. When the Necrons arrive on the world, the Tau welcome them as saviors and prepare to hold a celebration in their name. The Necrons are like, Huh, cool. And then they genocide the entire planet for a laugh. Yeah, not really getting too many diplomatic wins here, eh?
They actually ran into the wrong dynasty with this one. They ran into, I can't remember the dynasty that did this to them, but if they had run into a separate dynasty, the whole story would have been different.
They did have more success with the Craftworld and Exodite Elder, with both races having next to nothing to fight the Tau over, whilst having a lot of common causes. What about the Warp? How did the Tau react to demons, hell, and psykers? Well, they didn't really want to believe all the superstition. The Warp was just a weird part of space that struggled with physics. Demons are just weird aliens that have advanced teleportation technology, which is why they could phase in and out of reality. Psykers were just really good at mind science. Fortunately, the Tau naivety here could work in their favor. As their souls are so small, demons barely notice them and struggle to possess them. Psykers can throw cars at them with their minds, but in terms of trying to fry their brains from overload, it's just not that easy.
No.
Chaos doesn't really see the Tau as a tasty target, so hasn't really given them too much of a crack. However, the Tau did fuck up once. They wanted to improve their faster than light travel, so they captured a warp drive and some tech adepts. They asked the tech adepts how it worked, and were frustrated when the adepts were like, "We don't fucking know, we just rub oil on it and repeat the incantations." Hence, after a bit of work, the Tau entered the warp using the modified warp drive. Oh yeah, and they didn't have a Geller field. As such, the human crew instantly went insane and died, but the Tau survived, as the warp entities didn't see them as food. They then are saved by the manifestation of the greater good, which was created by the humans within the Tau Empire, believing the greater good to be an entity, not a philosophy. It's important to note that the Tau of the current setting are wildly different to the Tau we first met thousands of years ago. Sure, their naivety cost them a ton of lives and has nearly destroyed their empire on numerous occasions, but they always learnt their lesson. They know humans can't be trusted, however they know that in times of need they can make a legendary ally. They know that the Dark Elder are fucking pricks, but that the Exodite and Craftworlders can be relied on. They know not to waste time trying to engage in diplomacy with Orcs and Tyranids, and that the Necrons are massive pricks. Their understanding of the warp has greatly improved, as has their weapons of war and tactics. They consistently beat Tyranids and Orcs, whilst the Imperium actively avoids all-out war with the Tau, as they know they would need to commit a ton of resources to win. I'm almost sad that the Tau have learnt so much about the galaxy of 40k, because now there just isn't much left for them to freak out about. And if there's one thing that gets me stiffer than a lizard left out in the Aussie sun, it's a Tau losing their shit. Remember guys, Warhammer Chaos and Conquest, a good mobile game to play on the way to work, or if you just want to inject some more Chaos Kool-Aid into your bones. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. We're only $1 per month to give you access to a boatload of Battle Mace 40 million hentai. Hit the subscribe button and hit the real subscribe button for more naive content. Join the Discord for more memes and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Okay, so I had to talk on the phone for a few minutes, and now that I'm back, it's seldom that I disagree with any Majorkill's views, but this one is rose-tinted sunglasses. The period of just pure utopia that they had, it was because the entirety of Tau society was basically mind-slaved to the will of the ethereals, and has been for over 5,000 years. The Kroot signed up with them because basically the Tau helped them out, and then the Tau started paying them. The Kroot are nothing more than glorified mercenaries. If you want to see something like, I don't know, the Vespid, what the Tau did to them is actually exactly what the Catan did to the Necrontyr, only they didn't turn them into drones. Well, actually they did. The Inquisition would really like to get their hands on one of the devices known as the communion helmets that the Tau Ethereals put together and had assembled for the leadership of the Vespid. Because as soon as the Vespid put them on, they automatically understood the greater good and their role in it. Yeah. So, this is one of those things that, for me, it kind of annoys me because everybody has their own opinion. And the thing about it is, for me, the first time I ever heard the translation of Guavesa and Gualar, I was like, I'm not going to like these guys at all. In any case, like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Majorkill has that promotion going on. Check the description down below if you guys would like to be a bunch of chaos worshipping fiends. I have a Patreon down below. All of Majorkill's Patreon information and the links to this video are going to be down below. So go down there, and if you're going to support somebody, a Warhammer creator, get yourself some hentai in the process. In any case, my Patreon doesn't have any hentai. But if you'd like to support me, I have mine down there as well. Gonna shut up. Gonna get out of here. I'll catch you guys next time. And I hope whatever you do today, you have a good one. Catch you next time.